Hello, viewers. My name is Zach Hardy, and okay. So I said the other day that very soon I would be making an important announcement, and of course, there were a lot of people that speculated as to what that announcement was, whether it was going to be anything that hinted towards my YouTube channel, or hinted towards my wrestling career, hinted towards my personal life, towards vacation time, towards whatever it may be. There were a lot of people that were, discussing it amongst themselves and amongst whatever, as to what my announcement was going to be. If you have already read the description, then you know what this announcement is hinting to. But if you don't want to have it spoiled, I would suggest not reading the description until after I say what I have to say. So, as you can tell, or as I have also mentioned, apologies, I have, or at least I did, cancel my indie bookings for the month of May. That was primarily due to the whole problem with the school and the fiasco of, the scandal of my suspension and so on and so forth. But I also canceled out the remainder of my June indie appearances as well. And I told them, you know what, don't even bother putting down any checks in my name or whatever it may be. I cannot attend. I'm sorry, I have to cancel the dates. I cannot make them up. So I'm just letting you know the scheduling, did not work out the way I wanted it to. And for the past 2 weeks, I have been in talks with a professional wrestling company that you've heard me mention before. And I have been in talks with them of an appearance or so. At the start, it was for a few appearances for that promotion. Soon on, it went to me negotiating a deal where I was able to perform for them. And it took a lot of myself to really think about what I was doing and what I was planning and where I was going with this and what this would do for my future. And in the end of it all, I decided to go for it. And I decided that this was possibly one of the better things for me to do. And I feel as though it was inevitable from the start. So I am here today. This is the first official announcement made that can obviously be confirmed. I am officially announcing my return to Ultimate Showcase Wrestling. I know I said a while back that I would not go back to USW unless it was a multi-year, $1 million contract. And obviously that was the goal. That was the biggest hope. But instead, I decided, you know what, if I can get freedom to do what I want to do and what I want to be able to do, whilst at the same time being a part of USW, that would be, a bigger goal than before. So I'm not going to tell you exactly how much I make. I don't want to really put that out there at this moment, or how much I will be making from USW. But I can go into terms of what the contract... I can go into terms as to what that contract was structured into. So, as you all know, USW, the majority of their contracts are one-year contracts that go from one point of the year to a specific point as well. And you get umpteen amount to be paid at the end, or in full at the end of that contract deal, or at the very end, this is how much you have made overall, depending on your placement of the card and your structure of your contract, so on and so forth. So the structure of my contract is a lot different and a lot more lenient than the remainder of the USW contracts for the regular performers. I'm not signed to any appearance deal or anything like that, or any number of matches. I am signed to a 1.5-year agreement. I'm not going to say contract or deal, but agreement that is structured into 3 stages, each of 6 months. So since I, officially made that or confirmed that contract to be up there, this contract will last, or this stage of the contract will last from June 15th, 2017 until December 15th, 2017. So from 6/15 to 12/15 of 2017, I am use Roof. And I have the choice to either go forth with another 6 months after that or jump out of the contract completely. If I go forth with another year, I can go from 12/15/2017 to, I guess, 6/15/2018. And if I decide to go and continue for a third term, that third option, I can go from 6/15/2018 until 12/15/2018. So that is pretty much the big standard on that. I can hop out at any point over the end of those 6 months. So I can hop out on 12/15/2017. I can hop out on 6/15/2018. And obviously I can choose to hop out and not re-sign on 12/15/2018. Payment is pretty much 6 months. I can make this however much money. If I go for another 6 months, I make the same amount of money. If I go for another 6 months, I make the same amount of money as those 2 months. I'm not going to say how much money that is because I'm going to leave that to not be determined. But that is pretty much the structure of the deal. Why the fuck is this microphone blinking blue? That doesn't help. I'm sorry. That was distracting. Okay. So what this entails, or what this means, is that I am officially under USW's roof again. This is a part-time contract. Obviously, as you can tell, they made the jump from Hartford to Pennsylvania. I think it was earlier this year or something like that. And obviously, it'd be very difficult to continue going out there week after week to Pennsylvania. I know a lot of people do it, but with the structure that I have, or with my schedule, both with summer, and I'm trying to get a summer job to kind of be a normal person. But at the same time, I have school. I'll be having college soon. And there's a possibility that if I go all 3 terms, that I'll be competing for USW through college, or into college. So obviously the scheduling doesn't work out. So we agreed for a part-time deal, which obviously cuts down the amount of money that I make. Again, not going to tell you how much. But what is pretty much set in stone is that I don't necessarily have to appear for every intensity or for every severity. The plan is that I attend, or that I start on Wednesday night intensity. So that is the brand that I apparently am being assigned to. What's going to happen over the next couple of months is that on this YouTube channel, I will be filming promos that I will be cutting, that USW will be able to use and play during the weekly shows, so that way I technically have a presence on the weekly shows. Intensity and severity are no longer broadcasted through any service. I have been finding it extremely difficult to be able to review intensity or severity. So that's why I haven't been reviewing those, and I've only been reviewing pay-per-views. So overall, this channel is going to be not really cluttered, but it's going to have a number of promos that I'm going to be cutting and putting up to YouTube in order for them to use it on the weekly shows. That way I have a presence there without being in Pennsylvania all the time. And at the same time, can be used to create intrigue by my viewers or so whatever to be able to go out and view the product. So that's that. It's going to be kind of like a Being the Elite type thing where I just cut promos or whatever. It's not really a story type thing, but you get the gist of it. Aside from that, they'll more than likely be put into a playlist, by the way. There are things that I want to accomplish in my run with USW before I leave. And if I can't accomplish that within the first 6 months and I decide to leave after the first 6 months, then, I mean, obviously, I've held the WOW, or Whacked Out Wrestling, World Heavyweight Championship 3 times. And then I held the USW Championship 6 times. So that's 9 World Championships. So I want to be able to hold my 10th World Championship in the house or the ground that I built upon, USW is pretty much my home when it comes to professional wrestling. It's where I made my mark, it's where I made my name, and that's where the influence spreads out. But I want to be able to hit that 10th World Championship reign. I want to be able to have an impact. I want to be able to build up performers. I don't want to be the guy that is just there and then dominates the competition, then leaves again, then comes back, so on and so forth. I want to be able to do something positive for USW and for the performers more than likely, because when I was there in my first run, it was, okay, USW, 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 USW. It wasn't USW, myself, other guys, championships, the fans, so on and so forth. It was for the company, for the better of the company. I went in there when they were first starting out. Then I left when I felt like they were on solid ground. I feel like they still are on solid ground, but I want to help out the company and the performers more than I did when I was in my first run. So that is the announcement that I have made for today. I'm not going to tell you when I will be appearing or first appearing on USW or showings or events, whatever it may be. But I do have goals that I want to accomplish, and I do have things that I want to set in stone. So yeah, I guess I am home. So home sweet home. It feels good to be able to say that I'm back in USW, I guess, because for the past year and a half, like, it's been hard not to reference myself as a USW guy or USW performer or something like that, because I was so used to being under the Kyle Reese roof, or, well, the Reese family roof, but technically the two Kyle Reeses, Jr. and Senior, were the most influential parts. But yeah, I just like that idea. I like the idea that I can be put into positively developing storylines, and I like what I am able to do from here on out with the company, performers, fans, etc. So I feel like this could also bring a good character to me. And if you do see the promos that I put out on this channel, let's say it's not like, let's say the promos that I put out are not like my usual self on screen, it's typically because I'm trying to play into the character role that I am in with USW. Typically, when I start out, it's going to be the, I'm back, I'm the top guy, I never lost my spot, I'm here to reclaim everything I once had. That's going to be kind of like the character that I start out with, or at least I'm hoping that's the character that I can try to start out with. So, yeah, that's that. I know it was big news that some of you are enjoying to hear. Maybe you've been waiting for me to go back to USW. Maybe you didn't think it was going to happen, or maybe you thought it would happen. You just didn't know when. Maybe there are people that don't like that idea because they wanted to see me in New Japan or in Ring of Honor or even in the WWE or Impact Wrestling. And they didn't like this announcement, but overall, I can leave over the course of 6 months, any 6 months that I'm in. At the end, I can just drop out of the contract and let that be that. But that was the announcement that I have made for today's show. For today's video, I hope to be able to put out a Grand Theft Auto Let's Play today. I just have to set up the thumbnail and everything. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you are very receptive to the announcement that I made today and to the future of this channel and my pro wrestling career. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Remember, like, comment, and subscribe for more. I am Zach Hardy. I'll see you soon, USW.